What is going on, my family? Your boy Demetrius is back with another Tekken 8 video. Here we are going to talk about the characters that I am somewhat worried about when it comes to being in Tekken 8. Whether we may see them in a later DLC or with a couple of these characters, I just have this feeling that we may not see these characters at all when it comes to Tekken 8. And that's what I'm going to be discussing in this video today. Now, before we get into it, I do have to say that this is pure speculation. I could get proven wrong because I'm hoping I do get proven wrong when it comes to a couple of these characters. But from what I'm seeing right now, what's going on with Tekken 8, we still have to put it in considerations that a couple of these characters we may not see in Tekken 8, or it's going to be a long time before we see them on DLC. So we got to be ready for it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to your boy for the hottest Tekken 8 and Tekken 7 action on the internet, period. And we are going to get into this shit right now. Let's go. The first character that I want to talk about is Armor King. The reason that I'm worried about Armor King being in Tekken 8, now with Armor King, we still may see Armor King in Tekken 8, but due to what's really going down with Tekken 8 right now, the question is, this is the matter of when with Armor King. Now, if you go back to Tekken 7, another reason that I'm worried about Armor King being in Tekken 8 is because of the enormous buffs that he got at the end of Tekken 7's tenure. Now, I didn't have a problem with it, but at the same time, I always wondered, like, why would a character like him get these type of buffs at the end of a game's tenure? You feel what I'm saying? And what we're seeing from Tekken 8, that might have been the answer. We may not see this character for a while, and that's probably the reason why they gave this character all those damn buffs, because it really didn't make no sense. I didn't really care for it, but I know a lot of people were complaining about how Armor King was being used and all the shenanigans due to his buffs and shit like that. So people were complaining about the buffs that Armor King received. I was one of those people, even though I didn't care too much for it, I did kind of shed some awareness to it when it came to his buffs. But now, seeing what's going on with Tekken 8, now it kind of really makes sense when it comes to Armor King and having all of those buffs. And now he's nowhere to be found when it comes to the Tekken 8 base roster. And for some strange reason, they're not even really talking about him when it comes to DLC. I mean, you know, the character has a fan base. Where the Armor King mains at? I'm not seeing them. So that's another reason that's worrying me about Armor King. His fan base is not coming out to support him. I'm like, hey, they need to get on it, because right now it's some serious shit when it comes to Tekken 8. Bandai Namco, believe it or not, is watching and they are listening. And if they don't see anything and don't hear anything, a character may get left out when it comes to Tekken 8 base roster or DLC. And that's just the way it is right now. And right now, when it comes to Armor King, there is a good possibility he may be left out for Tekken 8. But like I said before, we still may see Armor King. It's just a matter of when. This may be a situation where Armor King may not come out until like the 3rd season DLC, which could be like 2 years from now, which would be kind of devastating. I hope that doesn't happen for this character's sake or other characters' sake. I hope we don't get no shit like that, because that'd be really, really trite if that were to happen. But Armor King is a character that I am definitely worried for when it comes to Tekken 8. Pretty much, he's not going to be on the base roster, but when it comes to DLC and showing up in Tekken 8 in general, I am worried for Armor King. I'm worried a whole lot. Another character that I'm worried about is Bob. The reason that I'm worried about Bob is because like I've said in a previous video, it does not really seem like a lot of people are pushing for him to be in Tekken 8. I'm not getting no buzz or anything about that when it comes to Bob. Now, the interesting thing with Bob is he has been referenced in Tekken 8, the whole Bob Burger thing. So there is a slim chance we could see Bob. I don't think we'll see him in the base roster, but there is a slim chance we can see him as DLC. Now, some people are saying that it may be the skinny Bob version, but I ain't gonna even talk on that, because who knows. But like I said, with Bob though, Bob I'm kind of worried about, because in Tekken 7, Bob was somewhat irrelevant. I know sometime around season 2, Bob did get a little bit of a buzz. Like, people were kind of saying that he may have been the best character in the game around season 2 or some shit like that. But other than that, there has not really been no buzz surrounding Bob. And this is what Bandai Namco is looking for. Like, fuck the whole character usage shit. They're looking for buzz. They're looking for the dedication of the character. And like right now with Bob, I'm really not seeing it. Now, what I just mentioned with Armor King has the fan base. I'm not really sure that Bob does, and that's one of the things that's kind of worrying me when it comes to this character. I think he is a cool ass character. I've never really said nothing on the critique side when it comes to Bob, because actually Bob is a character that I don't really come across when it comes to playing Tekken 7. And that's another worry. He's a character that you don't really see, don't really come across too much. And I'm thinking this is the reason why we're not seeing him, or he's not being mentioned. But like I said, people that do want Bob in the game, they are holding on hope of the reference of the whole Bob Burger thing. But I don't think that's going to be enough. You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm hoping I'm wrong about this, but it's looking very bleak for a character like Bob, because it's just like, he really don't have no connection with nobody, and there's just really nobody pushing for him. It's almost like nobody really honestly cares. I'm not bashing Bob, but that's just how it seems right now. But we'll have to see if Bandai Namco finds a way to put Bob back in. But right now, it's just looking real bleak for him. The next character is Kunimitsu, and for those of y'all that are wondering why am I worried about Kunimitsu when it comes to Tekken 8, well, Kunimitsu, it's actually an opposite effect. I'm actually worried that Kunimitsu may be in the game at some point. Now, there is a lot of controversy surrounding Kunimitsu. A lot of people think that, Zafina is almost guaranteed to be in the base roster by the palette, but some people are saying that may be Kunimitsu. So, but I'm gonna go on record by saying I really don't give two fucks about Kunimitsu. Never really was a fan of the character. I really wasn't even a fan of the original Kunimitsu, but there is a lot of controversial bullshit surrounding this character. A lot of people are even saying that she may be Reina in disguise, and I'm just sitting up here like, whatever. I'm worried that this character may in fact be in the game at some point or another, and I really honestly don't want that. I just thought that this character was a rushed character. I did not like her gameplay in Tekken 7, and I do not want the Tekken 7 version of Kunimitsu to be back in Tekken 8. That's what I'm worried about. That is what I am really worried about, that if Kunimitsu does show up in Tekken 8, we're gonna get that same overpowered, spammy friendly Kunimitsu version in Tekken 7, and they're gonna put it in Tekken 8, and they're gonna mix it with the heat system, and it's gonna be a big pile of shit. And I don't want that, and I'm not ready for that when it comes to Kunimitsu. So that is my biggest worry, and this worry is probably going to end up being true, and I hope it's not true. I hope Kunimitsu just stays off of Tekken 8, because I don't know how everybody else feel. Unless you some type of Kuni simp, Tekken 8 don't need a character like Kunimitsu in it. So that is my biggest worry, that Kunimitsu is going to show up in this game, and it's going to suck if she does. The next character that I'm worried about is obviously Lei Wulong, that I have said constant times on previous videos my concerns when it comes for Lei being in Tekken 8, and I've said it before and I will say it again. My biggest worry and concern with Lei is basically that he, for the second straight Tekken game, is going to potentially be a DLC character. I don't understand what's going on with Lei. I don't understand the decisions that they're making when it comes to Lei being a constant DLC character. Like, Lei is a legacy character. He was part of Tekken 3's base roster. I don't understand the reason why they are treating Lei this way. It is very devastating, because Lei is a popular character, huge fan base. You've got all kind of group chats and pages that are dedicated to Lei. I don't understand what Harada and his development team are doing. I don't understand why they're doing this. What, Harada don't like Lei or something? Like, what is going on? This is like, come on, this is like a fall from grace. This is a literal fall from grace when it comes to Lei. And I can go all day when it comes to Lei, because this honestly does not make sense. I'm still pulling for him to be a part of the base roster just because of his legacy status. But as of right now, with only 4 spots left, it's highly unlikely. So, he may be DLC, but once again, it's like a matter of when. Remember, Lei Wulong, I think he was like the first season of DLC, but you got all these characters that are missing in the game. You would just have to wonder, is he going to get pushed back a season or some shit like that? That is the whole devastating thing about this, and I really feel bad for Lei. I really feel bad for the community and the mains that use him, because this is some stupid, silly shit that's going on with him. And like I said before, hopefully if Lei does come back, it'll be an early phase in the DLC, probably season 1. But right now, I still hate the fact that Lei is being treated this way. Legacy character, and Harada and the development team are just really just giving him the shoulder, the cold shoulder. And it's really fucked up and stupid. You know what I'm saying? As an Eddie main, I can understand the pain of a Lei player right now. It's fucked up and stupid, and I really understand. And it's unacceptable. It's really unacceptable what's happening to Lei Wulong. It's really unacceptable. And it really might get worse. It may get worse when it comes to Lei, another character that I don't see them totally taking him out of Tekken 8. But this is a character we may not see for a long time when it comes to DLC, because there's going to be so many characters missing from the base roster, and it's just going to really be some fucked up shit, and it's going to force Namco to make another dumb decision when it comes to this roster. And I just hope Lei doesn't be on the end of that stick. I really don't. I'm really pushing for Lei. I'm really praying that this character is in Tekken 8 at the earliest, as soon as possible. I really do. But as of right now, I am very, very worried and concerned for Lei Wulong. Now, the next character that I'm worried about might be a little bit of a shocker to y'all, but it's Julia Chang. The reason that I'm worried about Julia Chang is, you know, I always thought Julia Chang was going to be that one that was going to play a very, very big role in the Tekken story. I mean, dating all the way back to Tekken 4, I thought Julia Chang was really going to be that character, but it does not seem like that's going to be the case, because if y'all remember when I did that theory video kind of like a month ago, part of that, I wasn't really making that up about Julia Chang and Jin Kazama. That was actually supposed to be the original concept when it came to Tekken 4, but it got scratched. But ever since then, Julia Chang has just really just been a character that's been there. Tekken 7, they totally redid her. It was Julia, but it wasn't Julia. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I'm just used to the spiritual Julia Chang. Tekken 7, we kind of got something a little different with Julia Chang. And now Tekken 8, she's nowhere to be found. And then on top of that too, like a lot of characters, it doesn't seem like, you know, if she has a fan base out there, it doesn't really seem like, you know, they're buzzing too much. Now, there are some people, you know, I've had a lot of people come in my comment section supporting Julia Chang, saying that, you know, they were Julia mains. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all need to step it up. Y'all need to, you know, do something, make some content or something, because Julia Chang is starting to be a character that Bandai Namco is kind of just pushing back within every Tekken game. It's like Julia Chang is getting pushed back, and it's kind of a shame, because she really is a good character. I know people prefer Michelle, but Michelle is not coming back. I don't even think, you know, the development team, they really have any interest in her. You know, people are like, well, Jun came back. Yeah, Jun came back, but, you know, Jun has a big connection to the Mishimas. She's Kazuya's baby mama, so that's one thing that Michelle isn't. But with Julia Chang right now, it's very, very iffy with her. Like, do I see her coming back in Tekken 8? I honestly don't think so. I don't think Julia Chang is going to show up in Tekken 8. Like I said, I could be proven wrong, but the reason that I think that is because she came late in Tekken 7. So, I don't know. If she does come in Tekken 8, it's probably going to be late, or probably going to be even later. And like I said, when these characters come in DLC late, that's a little bit devastating, because, you know, the game has been out, people have probably done mastered other characters, and you're going to be behind. So Julia Chang is really in a tough situation, but, you know, we're just going to have to see how it plays out when it comes to her. Like I said, I always thought she was going to be that character that was going to have a big role. I personally really always thought that she was going to be the bearer of Jin's baby when it comes to continuing the Mishima story, or the Kazama / Mishima story, however you want to put it. But it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. But like I said, hopefully with Julia Chang, something gets resolved, but it ain't looking good for Julia. And finally, the last character that I am extremely worried about is Josie. And right now, I'm going to just say right off the bat, it is not looking good for Josie. It really don't seem like anyone is really caring right now.
there was a little bit of a, I ain't even gonna say buzz, but at first people were kind of, pleading for Josie, but it's starting to see like Josie is going to be left out of Tekken 8. I honestly think Josie is not going to be in Tekken 8. From right now, Josie is one of those characters just wouldn't even fit in Tekken 8. She doesn't fit with what Tekken 8 has going on. But, a lot of characters that are in the base roster are kind of like that. So, but in my personal opinion, Josie just doesn't fit what's going on. Story-wise, she wouldn't fit. She's another character that really doesn't have no connection with anybody. The only connection that she had in Tekken 7 was Kuma, and that was pretty ridiculous. So, not looking good for Josie at all. I think Josie is gone. I think she's one of those characters we'll probably never see again, kind of like Sebastian or somebody. I think she's just going to be gone. Tekken 7 exclusive. And, like I said, she's a character, like, she has a great image. Her concept is nice, but unfortunately for her, people prefer characters such as Bruce. So, Josie just does not have a lot of things going for her right now. And it's just one of those things. It's a shame. But at the same time, like I said, there's no buzz for her. Nobody is caring. So this is a character that's just probably just going to be left out. And it is what it is if it happens. So those are the main characters right there that I am absolutely worried for when it comes to Tekken 8. Now, there are a couple of characters that I am concerned about. Characters such as Ganryu, Bruce Irvin. Even though I'm really pushing for Bruce Irvin, I do think Bruce Irvin is going to show up in Tekken 8. But it's just one of those things right now, we can hope and hope. But we just have to just sit back and wait when it comes to Bruce Irvin. But I am pushing for Bruce to be back into the game. And right now, Bruce Irvin has huge support, huge dedicated fan base. They are making sure that Bandai Namco sees how many people want Bruce Irvin back in the game and how big of a fan base that Bruce Irvin actually has. So shout out to the people that main Bruce Irvin, the Bruce Irvin community. Keep on doing what y'all doing. Because like I said, I really do think he is going to be in Tekken 8. But these characters here, very worried for. Like I said, a couple of these characters, such as Josie, probably there's really just no hope for a character like Josie. And it's a damn shame. If you a Josie main out there, I apologize. I really do. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. And what characters in the Tekken franchise do you think just really has no chance of being in Tekken 8, or you're just kind of worried about? Put that in the comment section below and we can get a conversation started. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to your boy for the hottest Tekken 8 and Tekken 7 action on the internet, period. As I continue to say, ain't nobody doing it like I'm doing it when it comes to this Tekken shit, and that is facts. I will get back at you in the next video. God bless. Stay safe. I am out. Peace.